Welcome, folks. Today is Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Oakland, California. This is Booker from Alto Stake Pool coming at you. And the Vasil hard fork happened. What that means is Cardano took a major step towards being decentralized and increasing the speed of transactions. You know, that's a big deal for a lot of people. The point of this is, I think the point of this exercise, not exercise for Cardano, is to help people, help the unbanked. You know, a lot of us know what this unbanked means. It's like, you know, for a lot of folks, it doesn't really have meaning, but it resonates with a lot of us. And I think I'm going to try to share just a few random thoughts. This is not financial advice. These are my random thoughts. So let's take a look. So the Vasil hard fork happened. And this is phase one. So what happens in software, you know, did a lot of testing and found some bugs. I hate to say it like this. Almost all software has bugs. You know, there's always something small, something big. There's different types, you know. So the developers found, you know, some things and did some more testing. And now, you know, it's ready for prime time. So it goes out into the world. And there's a second Cardano network for us programmers, us coders, and we call it the test net. So all the testing goes on there. So now that what's happened, it's on the main net is what we call this new hard fork has happened. We sit down, you know, kind of put our hands together and make sure everything's okay, and everything looks great. It didn't crash. Nothing funny happened. There were no shenanigans, you know, nothing unexpected, which is a magnificent thing. So price stayed about the same. You know, looking in the big picture, you know, we call this the macroeconomics. World's kind of in bad shape, you know, and it's just what it is. You know, one country's getting attacked by another country, bad. You know, we're printing. Basically from the first president of the United States, I'm going to say George Washington. You know, there's 9 other presidents that came before him, but this place wasn't called the United States. So from George Washington to Barack Obama, we've had our last 2 presidents print more money than all of those presidents combined. And it's you know, we're dealing with out of control inflation. Went to Chipotle today. I got 1 burrito and a regular size soda in a cup. $17 and change. At my age, that's unfathomable, to be honest with you. It's just unimaginable. I know pre-COVID it was not $17 and change for 1 burrito and a soda. So yeah, needless to say, yeah, I'm going to continue to cook at home. You know, I do that. You should learn. So let's get on with this anyway. Let's see what we've got in store today. So we know nothing's going on really in the crypto world. There's a couple things. Also, yeah, the merge happened with Ethereum. I don't even really, you know, I kind of watch Ethereum because a lot of Ethereum folks watch Cardano, but I pretty much spend my life in Cardano. A matter of fact, I run the servers myself. The Alto stake pool servers. So we have really high quality equipment, all that good stuff. So found a couple of good articles. Crypto can be a driver for racial equity. There's a lot of people who are left out of the cryptocurrency markets. And this is kind of where Bitcoin kind of originated just after 2008. 2008 was devastating for a lot of us, a lot of people. It just wiped out income. And I remember that October, I think it might have been 2007 actually, before everything really was going. I used to go to this Home Depot on a regular basis and pick up stuff. One day I show up, you know, in the morning in the parking lot, and the parking lot's empty. It was weird. It was like a horror movie. You know, I was waiting for zombies to jump out or something. Walk in the store and all the employees are still there. Fully staffed store. Nobody's there. You know, sadly, I feel we're heading back there right now. You know, the market's being squeezed with the interest rates going up. The intent is to get people to be laid off, lose their jobs, and that's going to help supposedly smooth out these challenges that we're having with this runaway inflation, because if we don't fix it, it's going to be a problem. Where's Booker going with all this madness? Well, cryptocurrency can be a driver for racial equity. For example, this particular article is pretty good. Found this in the Boston Globe, and what's happening is a lot of minorities, professionals, quite often are adopting cryptocurrency in larger percentages than other people because we've typically been disenfranchised, unable to participate. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy some cryptocurrency. I said you should do your homework. If you can, study business, go on one of these websites, Udemy or something, start learning stuff, and I will share with you too, especially if you have the ability to actually go to a community college or something and take if you take financial accounting and business and banking class, the banking class. I'm sure it's changed since my day. And you start to understand what's going on. And just, again, I'm just rambling. One of the things that gets me, a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of folks call crypto stock. Crypto, by definition, is not stock. Stock is a share, a percentage, like a number, not a percentage, but it's an ownership, a portion of an ownership of a company. If you get your Nolo Press kit. For those of you that know what Nolo Press is, you start your corporation in your state for, you take your $200, you send in your papers, whatever. You now have a company with 1 million shares of stock, and I'm not saying that you should do this. Of course, you're supposed to, but this is what people do. And you can sell, your shares of stocks. Usually you don't sell fractional shares typically. So this is a very bizarre concept, but nonetheless, stock is a portion of an ownership of a company. Cryptocurrency is totally different. And so cryptocurrency is ownership of money, just like you might have some dollars or some pesos or Canadian dollars or euros. And, you can have cents and all that stuff. That's exactly what cryptocurrency is. It's just money. It's like going to Mexico and you need a taco and some guy is selling tacos or some lady and they want 25 pesos for the taco, and you're standing there with an American dollar. Let's say they don't want the American dollar. They want pesos. Well, you need to go do an exchange somewhere, come back with pesos to get your taco. It's just that straightforward. That actually is generation 1 blockchain. Generation, that's like Bitcoin, which is, it's money. And then other cryptocurrencies, we'll talk about that later. If you're watching this, hopefully, you're a little bit more involved. So let's see what's next. We're going to keep it short. Here's some of the problems. This stuff kind of gets me. I just kind of Googled Oakland news, where we're at. And, look at what comes up. This is really sad. And I want to talk to you about where Alto is coming from and why we feel actually you should stake with Alto. We are a small stake pool. We're a single pool operator. We have one pool. And basically, we believe in education. We are supporting what's called Title I education, for those of you that know, basically education for folks who don't have a lot. And, this is what's going on, attempted robbery, fatal shootings, shot and killed. And I skipped it. I don't want to tell you what I'm thinking about these parks, but I wish this money was pumped into education, to be honest with you. We have a belief that if we can educate the kids, we'll cut down on crime. We don't have to. We just actually believe that, and that's a fundamental thing that we at Alto directly support with our time and with small amounts of money at this time to help the kids. And we're teaching technology. We're teaching what's called STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we are directly involved with trying to educate the kids. If we get all these kids in education, it might take a full generation, but that's going to keep them off the streets from, let's say, stealing your catalytic converter. I don't know. That's a real problem around here now. So we are here in Oakland and just wanted to share that information with you guys. Again, racial wealth gap. I wanted to say a bunch of stuff about this, but you kind of know what's going on. Even the highly educated African Americans, with wealth, it costs more. It costs more to get a loan for a house. It costs more to buy that car that you need to finance. You should be paying cash for your car, but as many of us are like, I don't want to drive a bucket. So, it costs more to finance that darn car. And matter of fact, you should be buying a car no more than 3 or 4 years old. At that point, you've cut your price, but that's another story. So I found some very interesting. I found this from the Brookings Institute, that investing is more attractive to black investors than white investors. I have my own theories on this, and I don't like comparing, black and white, but I am going to focus on the underrepresented. That's just kind of my focus right now. And so what happens is, let's take a look at this report. Stock market investment. We can see actually pretty good numbers. 58% of black Americans do have some form of stock. This, if you have the right stock, is very good. Again, do some research. The numbers are going up, and there are a couple things. Not when you... So less than the age of 40. This is really good. We see that 68% of African Americans who are high income earners, who are young, 40 or less than 40, are investing and actually buying cryptocurrency in larger proportions than other populations. It's been a challenge when you're cut out of the real estate market, when you're unable to do this. And, especially if you're renting, it's a good opportunity to potentially put your money into a nest egg. A lot of folks are doing this who are operating at the higher financial levels. A typical thing, one of the things that we're going to talk about in the future is, 75% of your money you might want to use as, to take care of your basic needs and your disposable income. It's 75, 15, 10. If you use 15% of your income for investing, it is something called dollar cost averaging. We'll get into that a little bit later. If you can put 15% or more of your money away, if you start in your 20s, you will be a cash millionaire in today's dollars by the time you're ready to retire, let's say at 60 or 65. You'll be able to get out or whatever, start your business, get your franchise, what have you. We'll talk about that. And then 10% of your money just goes into savings. You'll just put 10% of your money away. So that's that. That's where we're kind of thinking. And let's take a look at the cryptocurrency specific news. For those of you who are not following this stuff every day, we'll talk about this. Right now, there's a big battle between what's called the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the CFTC, which is basically the commodities and commodities division of the United States. Commodities are like corn, pork bellies, stuff like that. Cryptocurrency is so new. These laws are like 100 plus years old. We have a fundamental problem. The laws for money in the United States don't fully apply to crypto, and cryptos are different. The big three are, we've got, the big four, let's say, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Those are the ones that, I kind of watch. There's Solana. Solana, I don't know, keeps turning off every month, but that's another story. So, Bitcoin is like a store of value. It's just money. And Ethereum now is second generation, where Ethereum is a store of money, but you can do stuff with it. It has what's called these smart contracts. So, for example, in the future with a smart contract, you can pay a vendor or something upon completion of a job with this smart contract, or you can do loans and things like that. That's second generation. Third generation is Cardano, which has the smart contracts, and it has some other stuff into it too. So the challenge is, especially the subtle difference between, let's say, Ethereum and Cardano for a stake pool operator is that, or for you even as the end user, if you're going to stake your money, stake means if you're going to put it in the savings account in Ethereum, and let's say if we're trying to talk apples and apples, your money is locked, like you can't get your money out immediately. You know, you might have to wait some years, and it hasn't been defined how many years these are. This is a problem. So if it goes down, you lost. If it goes up, you won. But you never know. Your money is locked. You have to wait for the end of the cycle for the staking situation. For Cardano, it's what's called liquid. Liquid means you stake and you decide I need to spend it. That's fine. You spend your money. You know, you transfer it back into whatever, your Binance or whatever, and then you liquidate it. You do whatever you want to do. And so these subtleties go to this whole thing. This is why the bills, they can't just simply make bills. They're going to have to make some new laws. And right now, because we're in an election cycle, this stuff's just not going to happen soon. It's not. So, because, for example, Cardano, you're not locked in. Nobody's got your money. The stake pool operator doesn't have your money. We're not like banks. We're not holding. We're just managing. We're ledger. You know, we're bookkeepers. That's all our computers do, are bookkeepers. We don't hold your money and say we're going to give it back to you in a year. With Ethereum, you know, kind of being a different apple, it's like they hold your money, but it's not the people running the computers. So it gets all weird. So basically, after the election cycle, we'll have some good news. We'll talk about that stuff. Oh, we're going to see a lot of stuff like this one here. Is Coinbase stock drops after both equity, blah, blah, blah. Let me explain that. These stock exchange. Okay, one thing that you need to be careful with. Not you. This is not financial advice. So a lot of people go out and trade cryptocurrency in what's called a bull market. When everything's going up, you can make money and not know what you're doing. See it all the time. When the market's going up, you put your money in, you make money. Real simple. You don't know what's happening. That's okay. We're in what's called a bear market right now. Bear means the market is dropping, the stock market. All these cryptos that are not stocks, that I already said, are dropping in value with the stock market. This is because we're still super early. We're in that phase where we're starting to make, when the airplane was first made out of fabric. I don't know if you guys know, those first airplanes, first of all, they had fabric outsides. Then there's that time between the propeller and the jet engine. You know, they still had airplanes with propellers and fabric, and now they're starting to make the jets with like wood and then some metals, you know, trying to do that. You know, we're in that funny area with cryptocurrency. So what happens is if it's going up, you're making money, but you need to be careful. You know, right now the market's down. And again, this is not investment advice. My belief is like the market's going to continue to go down. Now, do a little research, watch some folks. You know, you'll find actually in a down market, if you can hold your money, you know, if you can survive the down market, which a lot of people did, you can buy a lot of good things cheap. And then when the market goes back up, they have value. This is traditional investing. This is, you know, you can find this in books and on other YouTubes. And let's see. That's about it. Let's see if I have any other good stuff. This is Cardano Scan. So right now it's this is some nerd stuff. Things are going on, and I don't see anything special here. Basically, here's the good news. Let's see. There are 2,976 stake pools. That means there's about 3,000 people around the world who are making Cardano work. Individual little guys like me, you know, some big guys, not, you know, and some people like me. There's $25 billion staked. This word staked means like a savings account. So that's like you're gonna like install your Roy wallet, or now you know, or you can install Daedalus. Daedalus is a full block. Like Daedalus might take a day to actually launch, but it downloads the whole bit, you know, the whole blockchain. That's why it's going to take a long time on your computers. Nothing wrong with it. Matter of fact, it's the best. But your Roy is also the best. That's a light wallet. It's just fast. It just magically works. So total staked means it's like a savings account. When you stake, you're going to get about 5% per year. So we're a small stake pool. A lot of these big stake pools, they're minting. They're like paying small amounts over time. Because we don't have many people with us yet, we're paying bigger. We don't directly pay, but you receive a bigger amount per block that we mint. We actually only take 0.5%. So we would like to reach out to you and ask you, even if you have 5 ADA, 5 ADA, ADA is a Cardano currency name. Stake with Alto Stake Pool, please. We're here for the long run. We own our own equipment. We're not using Amazon services. We have battery backups. Sadly, the power's gone out in our town and our computers still go. We haven't been down at all. And we are here with our own equipment, high-speed equipment, high quality, run by professionals. And we would like to ask for your help. And please stake with us. And let's do this journey together. Thank you.